Welcome, guys. This is our 2014 final project, and this is me, Mr. Rochin.
Mr. Ed Nasty.
Mordry, aka Jovatar, you know.
The Mission Man,
And you
aka
got the
Brian
Mission-
Munoz.
Where's our fifth? Marjorie, where's Eric?
Eric, I don't know. Was he
Oh,
supposed to be
Eric.
next to Brian?
Eric!
He's probably over there. Let's go check over there. Eric, what are you doing?
So what are we gonna do, guys?
Man, I don't know. This is freaking hard.
I don't know. Like, have any thoughts?
Nah, I've been like just writing scribbles.
Why don't you call Eric and see when he's coming, Brian?
All right. Hey Eric, what's up? What are you doing right now? We're over here at Morgy's house trying to figure out what we can do for this project. All right, so you're gonna be here at 2:30. All right, see you then. Peace out.
2 hours later.
Hey,
Hey, that must be Eric.
okay, Brian. Damn, it's about
Eric,
time you
what's up,
open the door.
man?
What's up, big boy?
Damn, so what are we gonna do with this project?
Any ideas? We got Eric here. Everyone's here.
I don't know. Let's just not do it. How about that one?
What's that?
Why don't we just turn on the TV, see what's on
Yeah,
TV?
watch some Heat.
Prohibition. Prohibition was the period in the U.S. when the manufacture, sale, and transportation of alcohol was outlawed. The temperance movement blamed alcohol for many of society's ills. Civil rights during the 1920s was a big part of history. One of the biggest concerns was women's suffrage. Soon this gave women the right to vote. Another big concern was racial discrimination. Technology. A major invention to become a national craze was the automobile by Henry Ford. The automobile was a great invention because it was a means of travel that was unheard of to the American people. Another big invention was the airplane. The airplane was a means of fast travel, but first was used as a mail carrier service. The airplane also was useful to explorers because they could explore difficult places to reach. The American Dream. The American Dream is a set of ideals which freedom includes the opportunity for prosperity and success. During the Roaring Twenties, the American Dream was a dream of land that in which life should be better and fuller for every man, with opportunity for each, according to his ability and or achievement.
The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. In this novel, we follow a young man named Nick Carraway, who's from Minnesota but then moves to New York in the summer of 1922 to learn about the bonds business. Nick lives in the West Egg. As the story progresses, Nick gets an invitation to a party from a man named Gatsby. Though the rest of the time, Nick is surrounded with drama and is too busy in other people's lives that he has no time for himself. F. Scott Fitzgerald is known for his turbulent life and his famous novel, The Great Gatsby. His first novel made him famous and let him marry the woman he loved, but then later descended into drinking and his wife had a mental breakdown.
Hey, I'm gonna take a pic.
Hey, the Civil War fight scene right here is pretty dope, huh?
Yeah, bro.
Hey, I thought we were supposed to be learning about Civil War literature.
Where does that say that? Where does it say that?
Are you sure?
It says it right here, bro.
Are you sure?
Civil War,
Let me your
bro.
glasses,
Look
bro.
at Civil War
Give me
literature.
your glasses.
Literature.
See?
Oh, sorry, bro.
Alright, so Roach and Chain channel.
Why are you watching this?
Hey, change channel,
We're
man.
gonna find something else. How about literature, Civil War?
Hey, you want any food?
Literature, dude.
Have
You,
some food?
you want food?
Yeah, I want some food.
Civil War lit. The Civil War was a war between the states, the Confederacy and the Union. The Confederacy, also known as the South, were made up of 11 states, and the remaining states were known as a Union. The war started because of slavery. One side, which was the Union, wanted to end slavery, and the Confederates, known as the South, wanted to keep owning slaves. The war lasted 4 years and left over 600,000 Americans dead. And the Union came out victorious. A House Divided. A House Divided was a very famous speech by Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln's speech was meant to warn / predict the future of what was going to happen to the United States. One of his famous quotes was, "A house divided against itself cannot stand. I believe this government cannot endure, permanently half slave and half free." Abraham Lincoln was trying to say that the U.S. will not succeed if the two sides, Confederacy and the Union, do not agree with each other. Gettysburg Address. The Gettysburg Address is a speech by Abraham Lincoln. The speech is one of Abraham's most recognizable speeches. The speech was delivered during the Civil War, November 19, 1863, in Gettysburg, 4 months after the Union armies defeated the Confederacy. The speech was meant to reunite the people of the U.S. Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass' narrative is basically an autobiography. It is a story of his life as a slave to the time of his escape to freedom. Slavery at that time was legal in much of the U.S., so Douglass became a public speaker to try to prevent and avoid slavery.
Hey, wake up!
Oh, what happened?
What the heck?
Oh,
You're sleepy.
Oh man, that was boring, huh?
Damn, I'm over here doing my...
The Harlem Renaissance, a cultural movement known as the New Negro Movement, occurred in the 1920s in Manhattan, New York. Here are some events that led up to this movement. The Great Migration, the movement of hundreds of thousands of African Americans from the rural South to the urban North. The end of slavery. Emancipated African Americans strived for civic participation and political equality. Civil rights, part of the Reconstruction legislation by the Republican Party. This boosted the morale of African Americans to strive for actual equality. Langston Hughes, author to these 3 poems. Mother to Son, which compares a mother's life to a crystalline staircase, meaning that life is always an uphill battle. Dreams. Well, the main idea is to always have and strive for your own dreams, or they will be lost in your imagination, never to be seen again. Dreams Deferred. Discusses the many potential consequences that can occur when a dream is not realized soon enough.
Transcendentalism
is an American literary, political, and movement of the early 19th century, and a very good word that describes a very simple idea, and it could be a person who accepts these ideas as a way of understanding life relationships. The main writer of Transcendentalism is Ralph Waldo Emerson, but other very important Transcendentalists were Henry David Thoreau, Margaret Fuller, and Amos Bronson Alcott. The one who wrote Solemn of Life is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Longfellow's work as Solemn of Life is a poem that encourages people to live life and not waste a moment. The main idea for Solemn of Life is just that Longfellow appealed to his readers not to worry about the past or fantasize about the future, but to take maximum advantage of the present to achieve something valuable and worthwhile. Henry David Thoreau is the one who wrote The Civil Disobedience. Civil Disobedience is a long essay about 20 pages in length, and both issues play a prominent part in Thoreau's essay. Throughout Thoreau's life, he emphasized the importance of individuality and self-reliance.
Man, this is boring, isn't it?
Yeah, dude. History Channel sucks.
Hey man, let's watch some MTV.
Alright.
About to spit this vocab. Alright. Condor, the quality of being open and honest. Oh, damn, that sounds like me. Banal, boring, unoriginal. Oh, whoa, that's in the street. Inevitable is this flow. Can't be avoided, it ain't gonna go. Being so obscure, not knowing the different. Always had depravity, that's why they call me oh so wicked. But guess what? I stuck with it. Yes, sir. Feeling so sublime, my spiritual state of mind. Having so much zeal, being enthusiastic, ready to assuage any situation that makes me feel unpleasant. Always benevolent, well-meaning and kind. Never apprehensive, cause I ain't blind. Haha, let me know if y'all like that one. Alright. Mr. Dogmatic, that's what they call me. If I change my mind, nah, it ain't gonna happen. Never been ascetic, always had a bet. Being servile is like being dead. Don't have derision or be dubious, cause this flow is so euphonious. Yup. Well, if you fastidious, keep it to yourself. Don't be a drone, talking on and on, or pedestrian, beat number one. And if y'all censure, leave it on the shelf, or you going to get dealt. Alright, down to the last 5. Let's do it. We're about to augment our final grades. Weren't prodigal with our time, never insipid, always being novel. And if you disagree, we might have to squabble. Yup. If this flow was too cacophonious, please let me know, cause all I had in me was some beautiful dro. Haha, that's how you do it, boy. Yup.
Hey, I got an idea what we can do for a project.
Oh, I know what we can do too.
Hey, I got a good idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, I think watching TV actually helps.
Yeah.
Honestly, it does.
A lot.
Well, let's do it.
Love you, TV.
Dude, we're pretty much seniors.
What?